This wasn't a guess, and it wasn't just a good spot. This angle only works because I knew where the next push had to come from. In the life before this, I pushed from the basketball court and got taken out. Then I spawned garden, called in the predator, and got even more information. And as I'm running over there, I can see my teammates flooding the hill. So when I get to this overlook, I'm not just hoping someone walks into me. I'm reading the next push before it gets there. In Hardpoint, your own spawn, your teammates, and the hill give you free information. Right here, I spawn near passageway. My teammates are already ahead of me near garage, and the hill is in garage. So I don't need to sprint straight into the point. I need to ask where the next push is probably coming from. This process happens early in every single game. You know where you spawned, you know where they spawned, and you know where P1 is. So on these first breaks, I have a pretty good idea of where the first fights are going to happen. But that doesn't stay true forever. Once we break the hill and bodies start moving, the reads can change. I'm set up here watching middle because that had been the threat. Then I hear pressure from laundry side, which used to be our side, but now that old spawn is becoming the new threat. So I turn with the read. That's the difference. I'm not just holding one angle because it worked 5 seconds ago. I'm listening, checking the map, and changing with the spawn. This P3 sequence is probably the cleanest example. I die late on P2, spawn near passageway, and as I come towards garage, I can see my teammates ahead of me. So I'm not going to be the fourth guy in garage. If my teammates are already on the hill, my value is probably somewhere else. From here, I can watch the mid route and poolside route before they actually reach the point. And after a few seconds, nothing happens. That part matters because a lot of players get uncomfortable here and leave the spot too early. Then the first guy comes down middle, and another one comes right after him. But after that second kill, the information changes again. I can see my teammates spawning and moving poolside, and now I have to think they might start coming from the road near circle. So I move around the car and face the other way, and that's the part people miss. The read is never finished, especially in Hardpoint. You can make the right read, get 2 kills, and then be wrong 2 seconds later if the map changes. And eventually that's what happens. But on the next life, I spawn under pool window, stun the area where I was, get the hit marker, and clear the guy near the yellow car. Then I move back up and cut off that road again. That whole sequence isn't about one spot. It's about constantly asking, where is my team, where is the hill, and where does that force the next push? And now back to P4 where we started in this video. So I call in a predator from the kitchen and try to clear them out. Then I make a mistake. I stand at the top of the stairs out in the open instead of using the concrete as a head glitch. So I get punished. But the next spawn gives me the read that I need. I spawn garden, call in the predator right away, and I can see the setup. So I clear the guy on the hill and my teammates flood in. My team's on there, my job is to beat the next push before it hits the hill, and that's why I go to overlook. I expected somebody poolside, I end up with all 3. And then even here, the read still isn't finished. I get another kill toward the pool window, but then I get shot from behind. It's a split spawn after the triple kill, and one of those guys came back to get me. So the pool read was right, but then the map changed immediately after that triple kill. This is the failure version of the same principle. After P1, we have a chance to fight for the better route into P2, from garden. I get one, but then I get impatient and lose the next fight. That one death isn't just one death, it costs us the entryway. Now we're spawning farther out near gallery. Instead of coming into P2 from the cleaner side, we're working through the middle garden in a much worse fight. That's why route fights matter so much in Hardpoint. Sometimes you lose the hill before you ever really get to the hill. The lesson isn't that you should always play off the point, and it's not that one power position is always good. The lesson is Hardpoint is a constant read. If your teammates are already on the hill, your job might be somewhere else. Read your spawn, read your teammates, read the hill, then beat the next push before it gets there. And if you want another example of making winning Hardpoint plays without being on the hill, watch this breakdown next.